This is now the concept of newborn care principles, or more commonly known as your immediate newborn care principles. Or this would be the aspect where we would be able to understand how are newborns being assessed. So first, let's learn how to do UPGAR scoring. When we speak of UPGAR scoring class, we actually have to take this 2 times. So the number of times that UPGAR score is taken is 2 times. The first time it's taken is at the first minute of life, and the second time it is taken is at the 5th minute of life. So remember, UPGAR score is taken 2 times. Una, 1 minute. Ikaduha, 5 minutes. And that is the reason why when you look at the charts of newborns, when you look at the UPGAR score of a child, you would see that the score is 9, 10. What does it mean to say 9, 10? Does it mean the score is 9 over 10? No. This actually means that the score of the child at the first minute is 9, and the score of the child at the 5th minute is 10. This is a perfect UPGAR score. Sir, how can this be perfect when the score is only 9? Dapat 10 man na siya, sir. 9 class. If you are a human being, the utmost score that you could get at the first minute is up to a maximum of 9 only. To explain that, UPGAR is not a word. It's a mnemonic. It stands for activity, pulse, grimace, appearance, and respiration. Considering that there are 5 aspects under UPGAR, the perfect score for each aspect is 2, such that 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is a perfect score of 10. When you have a good performance on all of these aspects, your score should be 2. When you have a fair performance on that aspect, your score should be 1. And if you do not perform at all, your score should be 0. Sir, nganong na perfect man ang 9, 10, nga 9 raman na. Di ba ang perfect, sir? 10 over 10? Well, it could not be 10 at the first minute. Nga naman, we will always encounter a problem on the aspect of appearance or skin color. Remember that. Tanan bata, tanan newborns at the first minute of life will only get an utmost score of 1 under the category appearance. Nga naman na, sir? Because all babies class at the first minute of life will initially begin with the extremities being blue, or the peripheral areas of the body being blue, while those at the central areas of the body being pink. Nganong ingon ana mana? Because the circulation has not yet been well established. Unang minuto pa lang pag-anak sa bata, magtuyok pa na ang dugo. And you know very well, as between the central versus the peripheral areas of the body, ang priority sa hatagan og dugo are those at the central areas of the body. Nganuman, kay naaman sa tunga ang atong mga essential organs. That's why when a person has, for example, hemorrhage, a person is in a state of shock. Unsa may manifestation ana niya? Di ba bugnaw ang kamot ug ang tiil? Nganong bugnaw man, sir? Because walay dugo moadto sa imuhang kamot ug tiil because you are on a state of hemorrhage. Ang imong dugo nga gamay na lang nga nahabilin, wala dito sa kilid. Instead, naa sa tunga sa lawas. And that is to emphasize, class, that's at between the periphery and the central areas of the body. The central areas of the body are more important areas. So sa unang tuyok sa dugo, at the first minute of life, unahon sa og distribute og dugo ang imong central areas, unya na ang peripheral areas. Unsa may epekto kung walay dugo sa kamot ug sa tiil? Maunang ang kamot ug ang tiil color blue, and we call that class as acrocyanosis. Therefore, class, simply stated, all newborns at the first minute of life will normally, physiologically, expectedly manifest acrocyanosis. Mauna ang ilang score sa appearance 1 ra gyud. Ini total nimo ana ang score 9 na lang. However, on the 5th minute of life, as the circulation improves and continues, Then blood becomes distributed to the peripheral areas of the body such that all parts of the body, including the periphery, now turns to pink and the score becomes 2. That's why the perfect score is 9/10. Let's discuss Apgar's class, aspect per aspect. Let's start with activity or muscle tone. So it's either you give 0, 1, or 2. Kano sa man kamuhatag og 2 points in terms of activity? You give it 2 points when the child is actively moving. Okay? Nagsigi siya og lihok. Nagmata ang bata, nagsigi siya og lihok. So 2 points ang imong ihatag sa iyang activity. Pero kung nagmata ang bata, unya ang bata nag-ana ra, nagpatara ra ang bata, walay gibuhat. No? The bata is awake while the arms and legs are flexed. Nganong wa man ka maglihok dong. So you give it a score of 1. Meaning okay ra pero di nindot. That's why the score is 1. Pero kung ang bata is not moving at all, flaccid, lupaypay, luyat, walay lihok, then that is a score of 0. So okay ra di ay sir di maglihok, okay ra. Basta kay dili lupaypay. Kay kung wa ka naglihok pero nindot ang imong pagka-flex, fetal position, meaning to say maayo ang imong muscle performance, maayo imong muscle tone, so we give it a score of 1. Kay wa man ka naggamit sa imuhang muscles. So in terms of activity, remember this. Naglihok, 2. Nagtiko ko, wa maglihok, 1. Lupaypay or no movement, 0. How about on the aspect of pulse? Very easy. Just think of 100, such that if the heartbeat is more than 100, then the score should be 2. If the heartbeat is less than 100, then the score is 1. If there is no heartbeat, then the score is 0. What if the nurse assesses baby Maria and the heartbeat of baby Maria is 90? How much score will you give on the aspect of pulse? 1. Why 1? Because it's less than 100. What if it's 105? 2. What if it's 20? What if it's 5 beats per minute? It's still 1. Why, sir? Because it is not 0. You only give it a score of 0 when there is no heartbeat at all. Next, on the aspect of grimace or reflex irritability. There are 2 ways upon which the nurse can do this. It's either the nurse will suction the baby when suctioning is allowed. Remember those 2 instances I gave? Meconium staining and when the Apgar score is low. So when suctioning is allowed, you can use suctioning as your tool to assess grimace. Otherwise, you can use flicking of the soles of the newborn. Laptikan ang tiil. So it's either you suction or you flick the soles. When you suction the baby and the baby sneezes or coughs in reaction to the catheter inserted to the mouth or nose, then you give it a score of 2. When the baby is being flicked at the soles and the baby pulls his foot away, agay kasakit ana. Oh, birahon niya ang iyang tiil. So he reacts normally. So you give it a score of 2. So what we are expecting at grimace or reflex irritability is that the child will react in a manner that normal people does. Gituslok imong ilong, either moatso ka or mobo ka. Gilabtik ka ng imong tiil, imog yun ang kuhaon ng imong tiil kinsa may gustong magpalabtik. But imong gilabtikan ng tiil niya ang bata kay kanang naguba lang ang naong, igo lang ni hilak. Pero nagpalabtik gihapon siya, agay. That's 1. Because a normal person should go away from the stimulus. Murag ka mo ba? Kung sakit na gani kayo ang gibuhat sa inyong uyab, biya. O di ka mo biya, naara ka diha, igo ra ka mo hilak, igo ra ka mo lom, imong score 1 point. Pero kung mubiya ka, ana nagsigig pasakit nimo, the score is 2. Pero kung gipasakitan na ka, unya naara gihapon ka, smile ra gihapon ka, nonchalant. O mao na ang score nimo diha is 0. Okay? So you look at it this way, class. It's either gipasakitan ka, normal person should go away. Pero kung gihilak ra na nimo bisan sakit na, 1 point ka. Pero kung naa gihapon ka bisan sakit na, the score is 0. Okay? So the same thing for suctioning. When the nurse suctions the baby and the baby coughs or sneezes, the score is 2. When the baby merely grimaces or cries, naguba lang ang nangagay kasakit anak pero naarag hapon ka, the score is 1. Pero pag suction niya agay kasakit anak, you pull away, the score is 2. But gisuction na, wa ka muhilak, wa maguba ang naong, mura na kagwala, alagi, tuslok na ng imong ilong, mura na kagwala. Oh, the score is 0. Okay? Now, how about the color? I've mentioned that already. There are 2 colors you need to remember, pink and blue. If you are pink all over, the score is 2. If you are blue all over, the score is 0. Perfect pink, 2. Perfect blue, 0. Blue and pink, 1. But take note, the extremities are blue while the central areas of the body are pink. So remember again, when all is pink, the score is 2. When all is blue, the score is 0. When it's both blue and pink, the score is 1. And we call that as acrocyanosis. And the last aspect is respiration. This proves the principal class that a crying baby is a breathing baby. A crying baby is a breathing baby. Meaning to say, our way to assess breathing or respiration is by assessing the cry of the child, such that the stronger the baby cries, the higher the score. And the weaker the baby cries, the lower the score. So you simply look at kusog ang hilak, 2. Hinay ang hilak, 1. Wa gyud mo hilak, 0. And that is Apgar scoring. Now, what is the importance of Apgar scoring? Apgar scoring will tell us the survivability of the child or how well the child adapts to extrauterine life. Okay? We look at how well the child adapts to extrauterine life. The higher the score, meaning the child has very well adapted, has very well adapted to extrauterine life. And when the score is low, it means to say, naglisod ang bata og adapt. So when the score is 0 to 3, you need to resuscitate the child. Do your CPR. Do your intubation when the Apgar score is 0 to 3. When the Apgar score is 4 to 6, this is now one of the instances where a nurse is justified to suction the baby. Because when the Apgar score is 4 to 6, trabaho sa nurse to clear the airway. And when the score is 7 to 10, it means to say that the child has very much adapted to extrauterine life such that there is nothing else to do but to monitor the child. So 0 to 3, tubuhan. 4 to 7, saksyonon. No, 4 to 6, saksyonon. 7 to 10, normal. Walay buhaton. Monitoring ra. So that's the importance of Apgar scoring. So now let's summarize Apgar scoring. Apgar score is taken twice. The first minute and on the 5th minute. Perfect score, 9, 10. Nganong 9 ra? Tungod sa iyahang appearance. Because all babies are born with acrocyanosis. When we speak of acrocyanosis, ang iyang kamot color, blue, while the central areas of the body are color, pink. Okay? Now, what are these 5 aspects? A stands for activity. P, pulse, grimace. Then, appearance and respiration. Now, let's do some drills. Tell me whether it's 2, 1, or 0. Ready? The drill is to tell me whether it's 2, 1, or 0. Blue all over. Pink all over. Acrocyanosis. Blue and pink. Heartbeat is 120. Heartbeat is 90. Heartbeat is 80. Heartbeat is 0. Strong cry. Weak cry. No cry. Active ang movement. Naka-flexion. Nonchalant. Pulls away. Merely cries. Pulls away. You merely cry. No reaction at all. No heartbeat. No respiration. Blue all over. Pink all over. Acrocyanosis. Strong cry. Weak cry. Heartbeat 110. Heartbeat 90. Heartbeat 10. Heartbeat 5. Heartbeat 1. 0. And that is Apgar scoring. Okay? Now, what are the emergency medications that a nurse may have to give to a newborn? Okay? What are the emergency medications that the nurse may have to give a newborn? Number one, you have your naloxone, atropine sulfate, calcium gluconate, epinephrine, sodium bicarbonate, and lidocaine. Okay? So remember these medications. And this is not difficult to memorize because, look at this, atropine, A, B, bicarbonate, C, calcium chloride, D, docaine, E, epinephrine. Then you add naloxone. So A, B, C, D, E na. Atropine, bicarbonate, calcium gluconate, docaine, epinephrine, and naloxone, Narcan. Okay? Naloxone, the most common brand is Narcan. Okay? Now, let's take this up. Unsa man ni siyang naloxone? Naloxone class is a medication that is given to reverse, no? To reverse your toxicity against opioids. No? When a mother is given an analgesic such as Demerol, such as morphine, the mother could undergo a state of toxicity. And analgesic or opioid toxicity, remember this, analgesic or opioid toxicity is manifested by respiratory depression. Manubra gani ka sa pain reliever, ang imong lungs muhinay. Ang imong respiration muhinay. We call that as respiratory depression. Meaning, mag-bradypnea, mag-hypoventilation. Remember that. So now, sir, nganong muhatag man tag naloxone Narcan sa bata? Ihatag raman ka ng naloxone kung na-overdose sa pain reliever ang newborn. Akong question, muhatag di ay tag pain reliever sa newborn, sir? The answer is no. But why do we give antidote to the pain reliever? Because the mother was given pain reliever. Okay, look at this. Labor is very painful. We all know that. Such that a mother is expected to ask the nurse or the doctor, "Doc, na ay pain reliever din ha?" Now the question is, kung mangayo ang mama in labor o pain reliever, do doctors or nurses give pain relievers? Yes, we have heard that. Naghatag tag pain reliever. So bawal di ay muhatag og pain reliever, sir, kay basig ma-overdose ang bata. Now look at this. Labor is very painful. And because it's very painful, ang mama mangayo na siya pain reliever. Pwede ka muhatag. But take note, pain reliever should only be given at the later stage of labor. Kanang hapit na mugawas ang bata. Kay kung hapit na mugawas ang bata, that is when labor becomes very painful. Remember, ang atoang pain sa labor is sakit, magkasakit, perting sakita. Such that magkahapit na ganigawas ang bata, mas magkakusog ang kasakit. Now, so it's reasonable that pain relievers are given when pain is intense. You do not give it when pain is yet tolerable. Okay? So you are not expected to give pain reliever 1 cm, 2 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, 5 cm, 6 cm. Ayaw sa mughatag ana. Ihatag nimo siya at the later stage such as 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 1, because sakit naman na din hagyod. And number 2, because this is the later stage of labor. Unsa may problema, sir, kung muhatag kog pain reliever sa'yo? Okay. Let's say, nihatag kag pain reliever pag 2 cm pa ang mama. Dugay pa mugawas ang bata, di ba? So paghatag ni mo pain reliever, unsa may dosage sa pain reliever nga atong ihatag sa mama? Is it a pediatric dose or is it an adult dose? Di ba it's an adult dose? Kaya hatag kag pain reliever sa mama nga gamay kaayo, mo di na mo talab. So ang imong ihatag ni mama is perting dako ang dose para sa adult. Gihatag ni mo siya 2 cm, unsa may mahitabo? Tungod kay sayo ni mo siyang gihatag, pwede pa na siyang mutuyok, muabot dito sa imong bata. Pag abot dito sa bata, kay makakross man na siya placental barrier nga klase sa tambal, pag abot dito sa bata, ang adult dose maoy nakaigo sa bata. So pag abot sa bata, that will become overdose for him. And we know that overdose can lead to respiratory depression. So paggawa sa bata, ang bata duka, ang bata hinay mo hangos. So unsa may atong ihatag? Naloxone, Narcan. In order to reverse the respiratory depression in cases where mothers are given pain relievers early in labor. So kung 7 cm na ko siya ihatag, 8 cm na ko siya ihatag, 9 cm na ko siya ihatag, inigtuyo ka na, padung pa lang siya sa bata, ang bata ni gawas na. So ang tambal, dili kaabot dito sa bata. To sum that up, the very basic principle is, because labor is painful, then pain reliever can be given. But pain reliever should be given only at the later stage of labor where, number 1, labor pain becomes almost unbearable, and 2, because it is the later stage of labor such that ang tambal nga imong gihatag ni mama dili makaabot dito sa bata. Kay kung maabot dito sa bata ang tambal, unsay side effect? Respiratory depression, and the antidote is naloxone Narcan. Number 2, atropine sulfate. This reduces your bronchial secretions. Newborns are prone to aspiration because magsigig digwa, unya nakainom pagyud sad na sila og mga tubig. So their airways are hyperactive. Okay? The goblet cells of the airways become hyperactive such that they tend to produce more and more mucus, which can cause aspiration. To reduce the formation of this mucus, we give atropine sulfate. Pampauga sa baba, pampauga sa airway. Side effects sa atropine sulfate is dryness of the mouth. So mauni siya ang drug of choice sa mga marites. Kung naamoy mga classmate ka basa og baba, injection ni og atropine sulfate. Okay? Next, calcium chloride. They are given to increase your cardiac contractility. Pampakusog sa pitik sa kasing-kasing. Calcium chloride. So kung high blood pod ang pasyente, calcium blockers pod atong ihatag. Pampahinay sa iyahang blood pressure. Pampakusog, calcium chloride. Pampahinay, calcium channel blockers. Epinephrine. Epinephrine is a sympathetic drug. You call it sympathomimetic because it imitates the effect of the sympathetic nervous system. So, unsa may epekto when the sympathetic nervous system is activated? What happens to the vital signs? The vital signs increases. So, kung ang pasyente kamatyonon, wa na'y pulso, wa na'y BP, unsa may ihatag sa nurse, 1 ampule in every 5 minutes. That is epinephrine. Mauning tambala nga atong ihatag kung magtabang ta og pasyente. That is epinephrine. Sodium bicarbonate, which reverses acidosis, and lidocaine, which reverses abnormal rhythms of the heart or your ventricular arrhythmias. So remember, class, the expected emergency medications are A, atropine, B, bicarbonate, C, calcium chloride, D, docaine, E, epinephrine, and naloxone. Emergency medications. Let's now go to the stages in the lifespan of development. So we will be using these different stages across the semester where we discuss from infancy until adolescent. From newborn to infants to toddlers to preschoolers, school age, adolescent. And we end there because after adolescent, that becomes your 3rd year and 4th year subject, medical, surgical, nursing. So kita karon is only up to adolescent. So if you are 13 to 21 years old, you are on the adolescent stage. And the first 28 days of life is what we call as a neonate or a newborn. But before a child is born, you call him as a fetus, an embryo, a zygote, an embryo, and a fetus or conceptus. So the life begins from being a zygote. A zygote is the union of the sperm and the egg cell at the ampulla. It travels to the upper portion of the uterus to attach there. A process called implantation, and the product is called an embryo. An embryo, 5 to 8 weeks from being implanted, will now become your fetus. such that when the fetus is born, you call him a conceptus. And for the first 28 days of life, you call him a neonate. During the prenatal period, these are the different changes that happens to a child inside the mother's womb. And you are all expected to memorize this. Those that came out in the board exam were questions like, number 1, when is organogenesis complete? 8 weeks. When can the heartbeat be heard using a stethoscope? 16 weeks. When may a heartbeat be heard using a Doppler? 12 weeks. So you have to memorize everything because when this comes out in your board exam, you should be ready to answer them. Okay? And this is not difficult to memorize. Okay? Di man ni siya lisod. So let's start memorizing now. Let's say 4 weeks. At 4 weeks, the shape of the child in the mother's womb is like a letter C. And the spinal cord is already formed. And all structures in the body are like cysts or like buds. So remember 4, it is shaped like a C with a spinal cord, and all structures in the body are cystic or bud-like. Meaning to say, when you are asked, when does the heart appears to be like a bud? The answer should be 4. Ang bata na ay kamot og tiil pero di pa siya fully developed, mura pa siya og bud or cyst, and you say 4 weeks. The kidneys are present but they appears like a bud. The answer is 4. So remember class, 4 weeks gani. The body is shaped like a C so that the head almost touches the tail. Okay? Now, how about 8 weeks? Sumpay man na yan. 8 weeks. So look at number 8 class. What is so distinct about the structure of a newborn? The structure of the child inside the mother's womb. Unsa may dako niya? Di ba dako ang iyang abdomen? So the abdomen is large. And take note that at 8 weeks, the extremities are already formed. So dako siya tiyan na siya kamot og tiil. And at 8, the heart begins to beat. Nanay heartbeat at 8. Okay, so at 8, nanakay heartbeat. And organogenesis is complete. And this is the reason why dakog tiyan ang imuhang bata. Dako sa tiyan because kompleto naman ang iyahang internal organs. Because organogenesis is already complete. Okay? So remember 4, shaped like a C, the spinal cord is formed, all structures are cystic or bud-like. At 8, dakog tiyan, naay extremities, naay heartbeat, and organogenesis is complete. Next, how about 12 weeks? Di ba class 12 is 12? Di ba 12 is 12? What does it mean? You can use your Doppler to hear the heartbeat. So the beat of the heart can be heard using a Doppler. A Doppler is more high-tech or advanced than a stethoscope. Meaning, kung 12 weeks ang bata and you use a stethoscope to locate for the heartbeat, di pa na nimo madungog. You should need a Doppler. It's like an ultrasound. Okay? Se, it actually means sex. The sex of the child can already be determined not by ultrasound, but rather by outward inspection. So imong tan-awon ang iyahang sex organ kung unsa man ni, buto ni, loso ni. Kanang makita nimo siya physically on an outward inspection. Sa gawas. So would you advise ultrasound to a child who is 12 weeks? No, because you cannot see it by ultrasound. The only way to see it is through outward inspection. So remember 12, Doppler and sex by outward inspection. How about 16? 16 class. If you look at 16, it's written this way. 16 ST, because you can hear the heartbeat using an ST to scope. Diba? 16 ST, to scope. And ST stands for sex ultrasound. Unsa man na siyang sex ultrasound. This time, you can determine the sex of the child through an ultrasound. So, sex ultrasound. So, I hope you master now 4, 8, 12, and 16. Now, we go to 20. And everyone knows this already, as I've discussed this already. B is for brown fat. N is for nilihok, or what you medically known as quickening, the fetal movement felt by the mother. So, kanus-a molihok ang bata, 20. Kanus-a na tae or meconium, 20. Unsa ning atong double E? It stands for cheese, like vernix caseosa, which is formed as early as 20 weeks. Unsa may function sa imong vernix caseosa? It protects the skin. Meaning to say, kung ang tao maligog swimming pool 30 minutes, mangunot na. Ang bata naa sa sulod sa amniotic fluid for 9 months. Nangunot ba? Wala. Nga naman, naamang kay vernix caseosa. And another function of the vernix caseosa is it lubricates. Muslide ra na siya sa buto sa mama, inig panganak ni mama. Pampadangog, lubricant ang imuhang cheese-like vernix caseosa. Next is 24. 24, numero 24, dispira sa Pasko. Again, numero 24, ang dispira sa Pasko. So remember Christmas. Christmas lights, Christmas gifts, Christmas carols. Christmas lights, Christmas gifts, and Christmas carols. Unsa man ning Christmas lights? Ang pupils of the child begin to react to light. We call it perla. Pupil equally round, reactive to light, and accommodation. So the ability to have perla, or the ability of the pupils to react to light, begins to form as early as 24 weeks. Pupils react to Christmas lights. Christmas gifts. Unsa may gift nga gihatag ni mama ngadto sa iyahang newborn? That is the gift of antibodies. Antibodies, or otherwise known as immunoglobulins. Remember, class, we have different immunoglobulins. Natay IgM, IgA, IgG, IgD, IgE. Magde. These are our antibodies or immunoglobulins. IgM, A, G, D, E. But not all of these can cross the placental barrier. Only one can cross or go through the placental barrier. So remember, IgG. Why G? Because only G can go through the placental barrier. How about carols? What does it mean to say Christmas carols? Because babies begin to hear Christmas carols. So kanus ade ay una ang bata makadungog og tingog. That is intrauterine at 24 weeks. So the moment that the child is born, makadungog na? Yes, because pag 24, makadungog na siya. So mothers, while pregnant, can begin to read bedtime stories to her tummy. Because babies, after all, can hear. Okay? So, Christmas lights, Christmas gifts, and Christmas carols. Lights, pupil react to Christmas lights. Gifts, the mother's transmission of immunoglobulin G to the baby. And carols, babies begin to hear. Okay? Next, 28. Numero 28. Look at number 28. What do I mean by that? Di ba duha? Duha kabuk imong mata? Di ba duha kabuk imong baga? Di ba duha kabuk imong itlog, your testes? Now, what does this mean? Because at 28 weeks, the eyes of the child begins to spontaneously close and open. Mo close open na ang iyahang mata. The lungs begin to mature. So when do the lungs of the child begin to mature? 28, such that if the child is born less than 28, he would have pulmonary problems. So again, eyes can spontaneously close and open. The lungs begin to mature. And at 28, the testes begins to descend. Diin man din nagikan ang testes. Naa sa imuhang suprapubic region. Naa sa imong puson. So, inig 28, munaog na siya para igabot og 36 ang imuhang scrotum na anay sulod nga itlog. Kay kung di na siya kanaog, no? Walay sod ang imuhang scrotum. And that is what we call as undescended testes. Nindot na, bati, nga naman. Kung ang itlog naa sa imuhang puson, init, maluto ang itlog, mamatay ang sperm. Okay? So you can have infertility or sterility, and worse, you can develop testicular cancer later in life. So the effects of undescended testes are sterility and possible testicular cancer. Last class, 32, 36, and 40. Remember MVP. 32, 36, and 40. Moro, vertex, painful kick. Unsa man na siyang moro reflex. Moro reflex is otherwise known as your startle reflex. When you hold the child this way, you try to drop the child by 1 or 2 inches. And normal reaction sa bata is makuratan. Moana ang bata. Ay, Ginoo ko, matagak ko. Moana ang imuhang bata. Mo-expand ang iyaha, mo-extend ang iyahang arms, and after mo-extend, ubalik rapod na siya. Nakuratan ang bata. The startle reflex. And moro reflex is lost later on in life. Okay? Next is vertex. 36 is vertex. Unsa may other name sa vertex? This is your occiput. This is the occiput here, kanang imong alimpo. The occiput must be presented at the time of delivery. Meaning, kung mugawas gani ang bata, dapat ang imuhang bata ang naguna ang occiput. Please do away with the belief nga basta maguna ang ulo NSBD. No, not all cephalic can be delivered NSBD. Cephalic presentation or kanang naguna ang ulo can either be ang naguna ang occiput, ang sinciput, ang brow or agtang, ang face or ang mentum. So bisan ulo ang naguna, dili tanan manormal spontaneous vaginal delivery. Para manormal ka, dapat ang maguna ang occiput. Nga naman, ang occiput is the sharpest point of the head. It is the sharpest point of the head. Meaning to say, kung magdukduk kag lansang para musulod dito sa kahoy, ang imong iduot dito sa kahoy ang talinis nga portion sa lansang. Dili pwede nga ang ulo sa lansang may imong dukdukon padulong dito sa kahoy. Unsay tawag ana, amaw, di ba? So dapat maguna gyud ang talinis para mosulod dito sa kahoy. The same thing. Dapat ang sharpest point of the head ang maguna para mulusot siya sa cervix and it will act as a wedge to further dilate the cervix. Imagine na class kung mao ni siyang buslot, unya ang bata nag-anak. Unsa man na pagawa sa bata? Di ba? So when it's a face presentation, you cannot have a normal delivery. Cesarean gihapon ka, bisan ulo ang naguna, cesareanon gihapon ka nga naman, nang man ang iyang gipresent. Dapat aron mugawas ka kani kay kani man ang pinakatalinis such that the head moves outward and the rest of the head will act as a wedge to further dilate the cervix. In the same manner or in the same principle as we do on a lansang to the kahoy. Okay? Kay ang lansang ug unahon nimong ulo di gid na masud dito sa kahoy. Katong talinis gyud imong unahon. And that is what we call as vertex. And at 40 weeks, the kick of the child becomes painful. So remember 32, 36, and 40, moro, vertex, and painful kick. That's part 1 of newborn.